Hello and welcome. This is the Dhaka and Nihal podcast.
Yep.
We're just starting something new because we both love to yap about football.
And we're both unemployed.
And so stay tuned for more content. Hopefully we continue this, and I look forward to making more like this.
Yep.
So on to yapping about football. So with the UCL and the World Cups going on and everything in full swing right now, who do you foresee winning this UCL?
Okay. So I'm a United fan.
Yeah.
So even if I don't care who wins it out of Atletico, PSG or Bayern, I cannot see Arsenal win an UCL. I am sorry. That team, the way they play, they just can't, man. They can't. I can't have that happening.
Yeah, even I think it could be PSG. I think they have the most solid squad, and to be fair, like this PSG versus Bayern is effectively the final, according to me.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's like pure football versus haram ball on the other side. In a way, it's poetic in a way to see who is going to win the UCL, because it's either going to be some purist version of football or a haram ball winner. Like,
yeah, I
in
feel
the
like
final.
people who struggle with insomnia should watch that Atletico Madrid Arsenal tie, because that is going to be genuinely the worst, most dreadful brand of football you've ever seen.
No, I actually think the opposite. I think that will put you to sleep. Like
No,
if you're-
that's what, no.
Oh, you're saying who struggles
Yeah,
sleeping?
yeah.
Like that's going to put you to sleep.
Yep.
Fair enough. I think both of us here are like Arsenal haters.
Yes.
Sorry, Arsenal fans, but I think your brand of football is just straight up
It's
football
terrible,
terrorism. It's terrible. And had you guys won the quadruple, you guys would have had some bragging rights at least, saying that this is a blueprint for how things work.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their hopes of a quadruple within 2 weeks.
Exactly.
They lost a cup final to Manchester City. They got knocked out by Southampton. And okay, as of us recording this right now, Arsenal are first in the Premier League. But I don't know how long that's going to go realistically.
No, I think Man City is on top of them right now.
No, but City have a game in hand. Arsenal right
yeah.
now are 3 points ahead because they won against Newcastle yesterday.
Right. So
Yeah.
they played one game extra. Okay.
So right now the entire competition is just the tiebreaker, which is either goal difference, and
Yeah.
if that's the same, then it's goals scored,
Right.
and they are like almost neck and neck. So the last couple of weeks is going to be just who can score the most goals, get that goal difference high up, because right now if both teams win out, they finish on the same points total.
Right. I saw this one reel on social media. There was some fan who stopped Pep outside the team bus when he was exiting the
Yeah.
team bus, and he's like, "Pep, like give Arteta a chance. Like let Arteta win something. You ruined my life." And then I go through the comments and I see, and like everyone's like, "Bro, look at them, like from boasting about the quadruple
Yeah.
to now like begging for a single trophy."
Okay, I like some of the players in that Arsenal squad.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
let's be real. Arsenal fans put them in conversations where they don't belong.
Yeah.
I was seeing Saka and Salah comparisons. Saka is a good player, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He is nowhere near
Nowhere
Salah.
near Salah, bro.
Like, I hate Liverpool as much as the next United fan, but Salah is one of the Premier League all-time greats.
Greats. For sure, dude. I don't think it's even close.
Yeah,
I mean, Saka has a long way to go,
for sure.
and he's on a good team.
Yeah.
So I foresee some trophies for him.
Yeah.
But like Salah is like up there, dude. Like,
Yeah, I mean, okay, I can see Saka getting there one day
yeah,
into that conversation, but if we're talking present day, no chance.
no chance.
No chance.
Yeah. Also, do you think like coming to the Premier League title race, right? Do you think this is probably Pep's most impressive win if he wins this one?
Okay, I don't know about impressive. I think the situation he was in a couple of games ago, where he was like 9 points behind Arsenal, if you look at his summer transfer window, he actually spent a lot.
Yeah.
He got in Turkey, he got in a bunch of players. He bought 2 goalkeepers. He bought Trafford, who was going to be the starter after Edison left. Then they got Donnarumma as well. So
Yeah.
Trafford hasn't played all season. He bought a shit ton of players in the summer, underperformed up to the January transfer window, then bought Mark Gahey, Semenyo in the January transfer window, who were, of course, performing well for Bournemouth and Palace. Like, I get it. It's impressive in the way he has caught up to Arsenal. But if you think about the help he's gotten, like, no team has that kind of transfer
That
budget.
kind of resources, right?
Yeah.
Except for maybe PSG.
Like, nobody in the Premier League, maybe Chelsea, but they don't know how to invest their
They
money.
don't know how to invest their money.
We skimmed them for Garnacho.
Yeah.
We skimmed them.
Dude, but I was looking at one of Liaz's video, and he was saying how, I mean, it's true. Chelsea has spent like over $1 billion over the past like 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're looking at $1 billion squad, like he says.
Yeah.
And if you just look at their transfers, dude, it's just diabolical.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some hits. Like Enzo Fernandez is still a good player.
Yeah.
Kukurea was a good signing.
Yeah.
Reece James has been there for a while. But all the rest,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. João Pedro, you can say is fine, decent player.
Yeah, but if you look at the volume of players that they've bought, more of them have turned out to be flops than hits.
Right.
If you look at, Liam Delap, he's a young striker. I'm sure he can come good.
Yeah.
He played well for Ipswich. He has 1 goal in like 33 appearances right now.
Yeah.
Garnacho, he was underperforming for United. I am very surprised that a top 6 team came in for him. I'm going to be very real. Like, I celebrated that transfer.
Yeah.
Because I know he's nowhere near that 45 million they paid for him. I know that for a fact. Then you look at like people like Gittins.
Yeah.
Decent player, but like, not that guy who's gonna get you like winning games. He's just a squad player.
Caicedo was a good signing. I still feel he's a good signing. But overall, like, the amount of money they've spent.
Oh yeah.
And also, it's not just the players, right? It's also how they keep sacking managers. I have no reason why they sacked Maresca. It's because of his falling out with the board, obviously. But still, like, let him complete the season. Like, before this season, I actually had a prediction that Chelsea, even though they're not a good Premier League team, I still thought they'll turn up for knockouts. I thought they'll go deep into the UCL campaign and like, but that's, I don't know. Ever since Maresca got sacked, it's just like.
Look, I think Maresca said something in an interview where he said something along the lines of that the board forced him to play players even if they weren't performing well, so that their transfer value like stays like the same or even gets a little inflated.
Yeah.
Because they kind of look at the players they buy as assets. So if they are buying Garnacho right now for 45 million, they now want to be, they don't want to flip maybe, but they like to have the option to flip.
Yeah.
So let's say if Garnacho underperforms, they don't want to sell at a loss of like 30 million. But if you look at it from a footballing perspective, there's only so many minutes you can give to a squad that massive.
Yeah.
So like it makes no sense why you would like force your manager to play players who are clearly not good enough.
Didier Drogba, I think a few years ago when the Clearwater acquisition took place from Abramovich, he said, I can't recognize my club anymore.
Yeah.
And people laughed at him back then because Chelsea were like spending like crazy and buying players. Everyone was excited. But he's right. I mean, like it's what Chelsea was during those days, SCN, John Terry, Drogba, Anelka, all these. It was like a team to be scared about. And then you had
100%.
Hazard and all these amazing players, good managers, and now it's just like.
Even do you remember Oscar?
Oscar, yeah.
He got the bag though in China.
He
chased the bag, but he was so good.
He was a great talent. So we have a game lined up right now.
The game is basically called Immaculate Grid. So it's a 3x3 grid, and we have like different teams or different nationalities on each part of the grid. So wherever they intersect, you need to name a player that has played for both either teams, like national teams or clubs. Across the top row, we have Borussia Dortmund, Liverpool, and Brazil. And then the column has Chelsea, PSG, and Inter Milan.
Okay.
Also, the idea is there's a score you get, so it's not just naming the players. The more uncommon your answer is, the better your score is.
Right. So I have to name somebody who's like not an obvious choice.
Yeah.
And then you get more points that way.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go with Chelsea and Brazil then. We were
Chelsea
already
and
speaking
Brazil.
about it.
Okay, go for it. Just put David Luiz.
Dude, okay. Do you think it's going to be David Luiz? I think Ramirez is like very...
Ramirez is a good
like,
shot.
because Ramirez, by the way, baller. Very underrated player.
Yeah.
He was a great midfielder.
Yeah, he was.
But I don't think he scores that high. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people would guess Ramirez.
Especially the more newer Premier League fans.
Yeah.
I don't think they know.
Yeah,
Ramirez
I don't think they know.
Like, it's been a while since he played for Chelsea.
Go for it.
11%. Now, I don't know if that's bad or not, but basically 11% of users guessed Ramirez on their guess.
Okay, not bad.
You know what? I'll take that. I think that's mid. I don't think that's the best we could have gotten, but I'll take that.
Okay. Next, Chelsea, Liverpool. The only thing I can think of is Fernando Torres.
By the way, what a fall from grace.
What a fall from Gares, dude. I think he missed an open goal. I think that was against Barca, right?
I believe so. No, I think he scored against Barca. He missed against Manchester United.
Manchester United, yeah.
I remember he went around David De Gea and then he hit it into the stands.
Yeah, dude, that was like, I think he was up there, but considering they didn't make a lot of noise in Europe,
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't.
But do you think him moving to a rival kind of affects his
For sure.
legacy?
For sure. I remember when he moved to Chelsea, like the Liverpool fans being really upset about
Yeah.
it. So, yeah, but what a fall from grace. And I even remember when he shifted to Chelsea and he was flopping, all the Liverpool fans were like dogging him.
Yeah.
So,
They were very happy because he signed for, I believe, 50 million, which was like a big move back then because it was like a big transfer fee.
yeah.
This is before the times of, getting 200 million for Neymar and all of that. So I think Liverpool fans initially were like pretty pissed, but then they got Suarez and he didn't do well for Chelsea, so I think it worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Liverpool and Chelsea, who comes to mind, dude?
Okay, you said Torres. I'm trying to think.
Okay, let's lock in Torres for now.
Let's lock in Torres.
We'll make up in the other rounds.
Yeah. Okay, Fernando Torres, 30%. Honestly,
I thought
would've
it would be 90%.
Yeah, I thought it would be 50% plus for sure.
It's fine, let's move
Let's
on.
go to Dortmund and Chelsea. Let's just get the Chelsea row done with. So I have two names already.
Uh-huh.
One is Gittins, who they just got this
Yeah.
summer, but he might be like an obvious one.
Yeah.
The second one I had was Schürrle.
Schürrle's a good shout.
Schürrle is a shout, right?
Schürrle's a good shout. I think you can lock him in.
Bro, that guy's goal in the World Cup, so good.
Apparently, Schürrle is doing like side quests now. He's a mountaineer and he hiked Everest or something.
Really?
Yeah. Randomly, he's doing some side quest, dude.
He seems like the kind of guy. Okay, I've gone Andre Schürrle. He's 11%. So the same score as Ramirez that we got from Chelsea and Brazil. I don't think that was as obscure as we thought it would be.
Yeah,
I was expecting like sub 10%.
actually.
Chelsea's
Dortmund PSG is like Hakimi.
Yeah, Hakimi is the obvious one.
Who
Hakimi
else?
makes the most sense. Dembele.
Oh, Dembele is also there.
Yeah.
Did Julian Brandt ever play for PSG? No, right?
Did Thomas Munier ever play for PSG? Because I know he played for Dortmund.
I think he did.
I think so too.
You wanna check it out?
I kind of want to go Thomas Munier.
Go for it.
Okay, let's go Munier. 18%, not bad.
Not bad.
I know for sure like top two are Dembele and Hakimi.
Yeah. PSG, Liverpool, Wijnaldum.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you know him pretty well, right? Wijnaldum.
Barca fans.
Yeah, Barca fans should
Wijnaldum.
know.
That he could turn up any season, but that one season he turned up, dude. I don't understand. He was a flop at PSG, but whatever.
Let's go Wijnaldum.
Yeah, let's do Wijnaldum.
Let's do 74%.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah,
an
that's
obvious
fair.
choice.
Yeah.
And it was a recent transfer.
Also, I think there's not a lot of players that have transferred in general. I might be wrong, don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But we have PSG in Brazil. There's been a lot of players.
Uh,
There's been a lot of Brazilians. who
Thiago
played for-
Silva.
Thiago Silva, Neymar, of course.
Bro, you can say Ronaldinho.
I was also
I don't think a lot of
thinking-
people will guess Ronaldinho.
I was thinking Lucas Moura.
Lucas Moura.
Lucas
is a good
Moura,
shout.
because he moved to Tottenham after.
But how many people do you think remember Ronaldinho played for PSG?
That's what. But Lucas Moura has had like an iconic moment. He's
Yeah.
not like one of those players who's under the radar.
Exactly.
By the way, what a hat trick against Ajax. Wow. What like this.
Dude, that Ajax team, I loved watching them play.
Yep.
Especially because I'm a Barca fan and the way they dogged Madrid in that quarterfinals. But yeah. Who else is there? Brazil and PSG.
Brazil
There
and
should
PSG.
be a lot, dude.
David Luiz played for PSG.
David Luiz played for PSG. Did Douglas Costa ever play for PSG?
I don't think so. Because he played for Bayern, then he played a bit for Juventus, then he disappeared off the face of the earth. It's a coin flip between Ronaldinho and Lucas Moura right now.
Up to you. Your call. Lock in something.
You know what? I'm kind of convinced on your argument with Ronaldinho.
Okay.
Let's go Ronaldinho.
Let's go Ronaldinho.
8%.
8%. That's what I'm
nice.
saying.
Yeah.
Because like people associate him with Barca and later AC Milan.
Yeah, fair.
Not a lot of people know that he played for PSG.
Yeah. He kind of started out there.
Yeah. Inter Milan.
Inter Milan and Dortmund.
Hakimi is the only one.
Hakimi, yeah. Hakimi's been around the block.
Hakimi has been around.
Yeah, honestly, it's just Hakimi.
No, there has to be more.
Sommer never played for Dortmund, right? Sommer played
Sommer
for
He played for some other Bundesliga team, bro.
Which Bundesliga team was it? That's not important. But he didn't play for Dortmund. Let's just go Hakimi. 42%, yeah.
Yeah,
As
it's a
expected.
pretty-
It's still not that high considering Wijnaldum was 74.
So who are the? I think we're missing some obvious
We
people,
are
dude.
for sure missing obvious players. We
Because
are.
like if Hakimi is 40%, then there has to be someone like
Yeah.
holy shit.
Okay, that's fine. Inter Milan and Liverpool. Am I tripping completely to say Coutinho ever played for Inter
Coutinho
Milan?
played for Inter Milan.
He played for Inter
he
Milan,
did,
right?
He did. Yeah.
He played for like
He
a
started
short
out.
time.
He started out in Inter Milan, then went to Liverpool, then
Yeah.
Barca, then Bayern, then Aston Villa, and then
Yep.
wherever.
You know what? Let's go Coutinho.
Let's go Coutinho.
53%. Never mind.
Not too bad, but still not
That's
too
still
great.
pretty bad. Okay. Last one, Inter Milan and Brazil. First name that popped up in my mind was Lucio. The centre back.
Lucio. We'll lock him in then.
But I only know that because he has a hero card on FC.
Great, bro. Use it to our advantage.
Yeah?
Just lock him in.
Okay, let's go Lucio. 8%. Okay,
8%.
not bad.
Okay, so what is our rank score overall?
Okay, so our rarity is 347 in total. The most popular answers.
Okay.
Chelsea and Dortmund was Christian Pulisic.
Oh yeah. How
Yeah.
could we forget, dude? Shit.
Chelsea and Liverpool was Fernando Torres.
Yeah.
Which we got. Chelsea and Brazil was Thiago Silva.
Yeah. Obvious.
PSG and Dortmund was
Dembele.
Ousmane Dembele. PSG and Liverpool was Wijnaldum, which we got. PSG and Brazil was Neymar.
Too obvious.
Kind of makes sense. Inter Milan and Dortmund was Hakimi.
Okay.
Even Inter Milan and Liverpool was Felipe Coutinho,
Yeah.
which I guess
Yeah,
makes sense. We got
yeah.
53% for that. And Inter Milan and Brazil was R9.
Oh, R9.
R9 is like
Yeah.
R9 is an obvious one. भाई मच्छर काट रहे हैं
Uh-huh.
बहुत.
You wanna go inside?
मतलब we should take a break after this.
Okay.
Because like हाँ I am itching तब से
Same.
बहुत uncontrollably.
We can film the rest inside. That's fine.
Dude, FBref just does not think I'm a human. FBref just thinks I'm AI.
Were we that good or that
I
bad?
don't know. I don't know.
Fine. So we had a short problem. We were getting dogged by mosquitoes
Yeah,
outside.
we got attacked.
And I'm not gonna lie, like we were trying our best not to show it on camera, but like whenever the camera was off, we were like just scratching.
I swear.
Oh man. So we came inside. So if you see a change in background, that's the reason.
Yep.
So where did we leave? So we finished the game of the grids.
Yes.
And now we thought we'd discuss like the 2010 World Cup squads versus the current 2026 squads which are projected for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And we'll compare player by player, like goalkeeper versus goalkeeper or forward versus forward. And then we'll see who we prefer. And that should lead to some interesting conversations. So
Yeah.
you want to start off with? Okay.
So we are doing Spain, England, Brazil, Argentina, and France.
Okay.
Those are the 5 we're going to be covering.
Okay.
And we're going to be starting off with Spain.
Okay. Comparing World Cup squads 2010 versus 2026, Spain. Let's go.
Okay. Goalkeeper. So for 2010, we have, of course, Iker Casillas.
Legend.
Legend. Genuinely, what a goalkeeper. Versus Unai Simon.
Nah, dude, I think this is a wrap, right? Like,
Do we need to talk about it?
we don't need to talk
We
about
don't
it.
need
Let's
to talk
move
about it. That's just Casillas all day.
all day.
Okay.
Moving on.
We have right back. Sergio Ramos versus Carvajal.
Dude, honestly, I think this is closer than people think.
Yes. I mean, okay. I think it's only close because Ramos is not playing center
Out
back.
of position,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's out of position.
But what would you say? I think I'd still take Ramos.
I think so too. I think, okay, Carvajal is a good player to have, but I think Ramos just gets you that leadership, gets you that
The
sort of-
intangibles.
Also, just being a little bit of an asshole is not always a bad thing on the football
Not a bad
pitch.
thing. We won them
Like-
lots of trophies being an asshole.
Yeah, he definitely okay, he's a suspension risk, but he is going to be like bringing that winning mentality into the team.
Cool. I think I got Ramos too.
100% Ramos. Okay, let's move on to centre backs. Honestly, this entire defense right now on my screen kind of looks like a wipe, but we'll still go through it.
Okay.
It's Dean Huijsen versus Carlos Puyol. Bro,
There's
like, is there
there's
a
no
conversation?
conversation here.
Is
Let's-
there a conversation?
Let's move on. But to be fair, like Hausen is like really young, and
Yeah.
I think he has a great profile, especially for modern football.
Yeah.
He's tall, he can play with the ball, he can make great forward passes. But come on, it's Carles Puyol.
It's Puyol, bro.
Carles Puyol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay. Second centre back, we have Gerard Piqué versus Kubarsi.
Again, same conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's close.
Yeah,
But that
it's
being
not.
said, Kubarsi is also young, has a lot to prove. For now, obviously, it's PK, but Kubarsi has a long career ahead. So.
I mean, if it wasn't a comparison of them being like centre backs and it was like loyal partners, then it's Kubarsi. But if it's football we're talking about, it's PK. It's PK all day long.
Right. So I think the defense is a wipe for 2010 Spain.
Yeah, we have one fullback left.
Right.
So left back we have Cucurella versus Capdevila.
I think this is also
This is also
obvious.
a vibe.
I'd say Kukurea any day.
Oh, I am okay. I have not seen Capdevila play that often, but I don't like Cucurella. Don't get me wrong. Okay, he's a decent player.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a prick. He plays for Chelsea. I also think he's a bit overrated.
Really?
Yes.
I actually think he's rated perfectly.
Do you really think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, okay, we had United play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge like a week ago. We had an out of form Ahmad playing right wing, or if he got subbed out, we had an out of form Mbuemo playing right wing. Cucurella didn't do shit.
I mean, I think, but he's like, in essence, like the perfect modern fullback if you look at it. He
Yeah.
goes forward a lot, great in the final third, good at crosses.
Yeah.
Also tracks back, high work rate. What else do you want in a left back?
I mean, okay, the same point that I said for Ramos, he's also going to be like an asshole on the pitch.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Okay, for the sake of this comparison, I'll ask you a question. Cucurella in 2026, great fit. Cucurella in 2010, also great fit. Capdevila in 2010, good, they won the World Cup, Euros, whatever.
Yeah.
Capdevila in 2026, you think he'd have the same impact?
Ooh, nah.
Yeah, so I think,
Fair. As much as I hate to say it, it is Cucurella.
yeah.
Okay. So we have a midfield battle now. First up, Xabi Alonso versus Zubimendi. Again.
Yeah, I think it's
Like-
it's obvious,
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso.
By the way, very underrated player.
Xabi Alonso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not get enough credit. He played in an insane Liverpool team. Then he moved to Madrid. He played for a brilliant Madrid team as well.
Yeah.
Like, he has been around the block playing for elite teams across Europe. And he was one of those, like, he reminds me of how Michael Carrick was treated at United. He never really got the limelight, so to speak, but he was always just consistent.
And I
giving
think
you top performances.
his only fault was like playing in the same era as Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets.
Yeah, I swear.
If it was any other
He got
midfield
unlucky.
three, yeah, he would have become an all-time. I mean, he is an all-time, but he would have been even higher up the list.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think we lock on Xabi Alonso.
100%. Xabi Alonso. Second one. Oh, this is okay. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. It's Rodri versus Busquets.
We're talking strictly 2026, right?
Yes, we are
Busquets all
talking
day.
this year.
Busquets all day.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do think like when did Man City win? 2022?
2023, I believe.
2023. I think that version of Rodri was fine version of, or let me put it this way, he was more suited towards the modern game than Busquets was.
Yep.
In the sense that he's way more attacking, and he could like crash the final third. He could like shoot outside the box.
Yep.
Busquets is not really that type of player, but he's obviously elite in tight spaces and you can't press him and stuff.
I also feel the teams Busquets played in, he also didn't need to be that type of player.
Yeah.
Like, he did his role so perfectly.
So perfectly.
There was no need to actually, like, for him to actually go across or even near the box.
Yeah.
He was kind of like your safety net.
Exactly.
Whereas Rodri had to do a little bit more.
And he also had the shield of Iniesta and Xavi in front of him.
Yeah.
Whereas, Bernardo Silva is not I wouldn't call him a shield in front of Rodri, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's not a center midfielder.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So just like Rodri had so many things to do in that midfield. He had like what, Foden and Bernardo Silva ahead of him.
Yep.
Both of whom are like, they're prone to making mistakes, like a lot of mistakes. And he was the sole DM who was like cleaning all that shit up. So
Yeah.
I think you have to give him credit, dude. But I think in terms of 2026, Rodri, I'd still take Busquets over any day.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's that close.
Yeah.
I think Busquets was again, similar to how we talked about Xabi Alonso, great midfielder, probably did not get enough attention because of Xavi Iniesta.
Yeah.
Like just stealing the show, being the greats that they are. Third midfielder that we have in the formation, and again, this one I would like to hear your take as a Barca fan. It's Pedri versus Iniesta. Of course, my vote is very clear. By the way, it is Iniesta.
Yeah, even my vote is very clear. It is definitely Iniesta. Iniesta is, I think, probably top 3 midfielder all time. Top 5 at least. Top 3 in my
No,
vote.
I think top 3 is fair.
Top 3 is fair,
Top
right?
3 is fair.
Yeah, so I think top 3 midfielder is like no debate. But that being said, I don't think Iniesta was as good as Pedri at Pedri's age right now.
Ooh, okay. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you see Pedri having a career that eclipses Iniesta?
Dude, that is such a tough question.
I know, but like, what do you think? Of course, we can't know for sure. There could be a lot of things that happen in his career, but right now, as of 2026, as of what he has shown to you, starting week in, week out alongside Frenkie in the midfield
Yeah.
that Hansi plays,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think it's tough. It's going to be very tough for him to top Iniesta's career. But that being said, I wouldn't rule out the possibility entirely, and here's why. Because, like I said, Pedri at his age is much better than Iniesta was at his age. 1.
Okay.
2. You have to consider Pedri already has a Euro under his belt. Agreed, he wasn't there in the semis and finals, but
Yeah.
he still has a Euros under his belt. Arguably, Spain is a very young team. They probably win many more trophies.
Yep.
They're also one of the favorites to win the World Cup now. And Barca also has a good team going forward.
Yep.
I wouldn't say he may or may not end up better than Iniesta, but there is a chance. I'm not going to rule it out.
Okay.
He's only 23.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's 23, which is, first of all, insane because I feel like I've been hearing his name for so long.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, he got into Barcelona's first team, although we had a shit first team back then, but getting into Barcelona's full team, first team, like playing almost all the time, every single match, at the age of 17 is insane.
yeah. The one thing that does concern me for him is how much he has been used already in his career.
That's true.
I hope he does not run into injury problems because of that, because he does not have rotation options as such. He had Gavi. Gavi was out for a long time. You guys don't really have
Depth.
that. Yeah, you don't have depth that Pedri can rest the little games as well. And I feel like, okay, he's young, so his body can get through that right now. I just hope it doesn't come back to bite him in his career.
Yeah. And one of the things Barca fans are worried about, even Iniesta had a very bad track record with injuries. He was also like chronically injured all the time.
Yeah.
He used to often miss like big chunks of the season, kind of like what Pedri is going through.
Right.
So in that way, they're pretty similar. But yeah, I mean, Pedri has a long career ahead of him. We'll see what happens. Great player though.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's so good. Okay. So that's the defense and midfield done. Now let's move on to the attack. We have 3 players. So first off, let's go left wing. David Silva versus Nico Williams.
I would actually say Nico Williams right here.
You really think Nico Williams?
I would take Nico Williams because I think in the modern game, like you do need like those type of wingers who spread the game out, can take on people one-on-one, space the floor out, also press on defense when they don't have the ball.
Yeah.
All of which I think Nico Williams can do perfectly well.
Yep.
That being said, obviously David Silva is a much bigger legend. I'm not saying he's not. I just think he's being in this particular team. Him playing out of position was kind of compensated by how good that Spanish team was.
Okay, yeah, fair. As a United fan, I had gotten used to David Silva terrorizing us.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, that guy always played us off the pitch. Like he was so good. I don't think Nico Williams is all that. I genuinely don't think he's all that.
I would have agreed with you if it was like a straight up comparison as players. I'm talking more about like the position that they're playing, left wing. I would probably take Nico Williams over him for
No,
left wing.
fair. I think it's only a conversation because of course David Silva is playing out of position. But I still think I would have agreed with you if it was the end of last season. But okay, his move fell through to Barcelona. And I think this season he's been really underwhelming after getting, what was it, like a stupid like long-term contract, right?
Yeah.
With Bilbao.
Yeah.
He got like a 6-year deal or something like that, or even longer maybe.
10-year deal.
He got a 10-year deal. Yeah. Like, I think he's kind of regressed. I think I would have agreed with you last year.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think he has regressed, and I don't know why I mean, it's his childhood club at Bilbao, but still, like, signing a 10-year contract kind of like handicaps you, right? Like,
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I also remember United played Bilbao in the knockout stages of the Europa League last season. And I remember being concerned because Nico Williams was going up against Dallo. And I do not think Dallo is a good defender. He actually did not do all that. Like, he was also coming back from injury. He had limited minutes. But the time that he was on the pitch, I have seen much worse wingers, reputation-wise, like just skin Dallo alive. And he just was not, like, he never really had that impact on the game.
Right.
So I kind of want to go David Silva. I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. I will not stay here for
Fair.
this.
I think this is a subjective topic, but yeah, I would still say Nico Williams. We'll agree to disagree.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree. So we have right wing. It's Pedro versus Lamine Yamal.
Dude, to be fair, Pedro is actually he was a great player.
He was a very good player.
I mean, I think he's also criminally underrated.
I think he's one of those who makes the team around him play better.
Yeah.
He is not the kind of winger like you have your Mohamed Salahs and Heung-min Sons who have like absurd statistics and goal scoring and playmaking. I think he actually made that team tick. Because I think the infamous Barca team under Pep, you had so many superstars, and we don't know, but there could have been so many egos inside the dressing room that you kind of needed those players who play like that for the team.
Like good servants.
Yeah, I mean, like, he will never turn up on the stat sheet, or he might not be the most impactful when you're watching him. Like, obviously, you'll see the Messis, the Xavis, the Iniestas, and you'll be like, oh, they're the superstars of the team. But I think it's players like Pedro who make that team tick.
For sure. But that being said, it's not a
It's
debate.
not, oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not voting for Pedro. Don't get me wrong. But I think Pedro, even when he moved to Chelsea, I think he was a really solid player.
Yeah, he was a solid player. Yeah. So
He did well in the Prem as well. Like, I actually enjoyed watching him.
yeah. So I think,
But can we talk about how good Lamine Yamal is?
man, where do I even start? I feel so fortunate, like being a Barca fan right now.
Yeah.
I get to watch him day in and day out.
I was reading this tweet, okay? I believe it was a Madrid fan who tweeted it, which kind of makes sense as to what I'm going to say.
Of course.
But it was somewhere along the lines of, oh, Lamine Yamal has already had another failure in the Champions League, right? Barcelona got knocked out. Atletico Madrid went through to the semi-finals. Lamine Yamal did all that, the LeBron profile picture, the entire squad. That became a big thing. Sure, he's a kid. He does up. He is also cocky, which comes with being that good at that age.
I know, dude.
But I don't genuinely take anybody seriously who watches that guy play and does not get excited. I don't care if he does not have the stats. I don't care what his XG is. I don't care how many dribbles he does. I don't care.